WCBI News at 10 starts now.
Good evening, I'm Tommy Lopez. The Columbus Police Department makes its first 2 picks to join the Joint Drug Task Force with Lowndes County. The department is not identifying who the 2 officers are. The Columbus Lowndes Narcotics Task Force became official last week. The officers will begin work in March. The Sheriff's Department already has its deputies in place on that task force. A Louisville native was shot and killed near the Jackson State University campus Tuesday night. These are photos of the scene from Jackson police on social media. 27-year-old Raphael Thompson was found shot multiple times. He was in a car on University Boulevard. Thompson graduated from the Mississippi School for the Deaf in 2009. There haven't been any arrests made in that homicide investigation. A man just released on shooting charges in Monroe County is arrested in connection with the West Point armed robbery. Lemuel Robertson is charged with 2 counts of armed robbery. West Point Police Chief Tim Brinkley says the holdup happened in the hallway of the Relax Inn. That's on Highway 45 alternate. It was last August. West Point Police took him into custody as soon as he bonded out of jail in connection with that Aberdeen shooting. A man is facing a car burglary charge in Starkville. Police picked up 37-year-old Carico Poole of Starkville. It was in the parking lot of the Holiday Inn Express on Highway 12 Wednesday morning. They say he was a suspected car burglar. Bond is $5,000. New tonight, the Mississippi legislature could be helping Lee County find a solution to a problem with a potential new jail. Leaders there are talking about possibly building a new jail, but they're having a hard time finding land in downtown Tupelo. Current state law says a jail has to be within a mile of the courthouse. A bill passed the House today that would give them an exception there in Lee County. A bill will now go to the Senate for a vote. Just 1 week after what's been described as a heated Board of Aldermen meeting, Aberdeen Mayor Maurice Howard looks to set the record straight. During a meeting last week, Howard spoke about embezzling claims the city is making against him. An investigator from the Attorney General's office has been to Aberdeen to look into issues with Howard's use of a city-issued credit card. According to the mayor's office, the investigator didn't uncover any misuse of the city credit card.
This credit card, which they gave me to go out and acquire business. And because they were giving me so much flack about it, I gave them the card back and told them to cut it up. And I said, what do I owe you? $489 in 9 months? Okay, I'll pay that back.
Howard says the issue has really snowballed out of control recently. 1 man died and 1 woman went to the hospital after a house fire this morning in Tupelo. The owner of the house, 70-year-old Billie Jean Conaway, died from inhaling smoke. Emergency responders airlifted the woman to the burn center in Jackson. Firefighters went to this house, South Green Street. It was around 7 this morning. The 2 people were trapped inside when emergency crews got there. The victim's granddaughter says investigators believe a space heater started the fire.
The fire people had told my mama that the bed had caught on fire also. And I guess he noticed the bed being on fire or something and tried getting up to get out of the house or getting next door to my brother and try to get him to help or something. But they, he couldn't make it. He just fell out, I guess, from all of the smoke.
Says the family is trying to make funeral arrangements for her grandfather, who was a Vietnam War veteran. So we'll look at our weather tonight. Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson is in with us. Keith, another cool night.
Indeed, Tommy, 32 degrees right now in Oxford. The wind has really died down. The air is dry. We are clear, and temperatures continue to cool around here. 40 in Tupelo, 43 in Columbus, 46 in Macon, 45 in Philadelphia. Average lows tonight around 30. That wind has really gone calm, and that's going to set up this cold night around here. A lot of sunshine, though, on tap for our Thursday. In Starkville, jackets needed at 7 o'clock, 31 by noon, 56. And look at all that sunshine all day long. Low 60s return, and the warm-up continues into the weekend, Tommy. More in just a few minutes.
Keith, thank you. A world-renowned children's hospital is expanding in Tupelo. Le Bonheur Children's Hospital is going to double the size of its current clinic when it moves into a 12,000 square foot facility. It'll be in the former Hancock Fabric space in the Tupelo Commons Retail Center. That's coming up this spring. The move will put office staff and clinic employees under one roof.
This new facility that we're investing in is really an opportunity for us to be able to provide the kind of specialists that really we believe that this community needs.
In a way, it's invaluable to those families because they're not only getting the care that they deserve, but they're getting such a high quality of care.
What do you think about Le Bonheur?
I think it's great.
The clinic will have a lab, x-ray, and pulmonary function testing. Le Bonheur has been in Tupelo for 30 years. The WCBI Educator of the Week winner is going to get a double honor. Jill Dillinger is a 7th grade math teacher at Choctaw County High School. She's not only the Educator of the Week for WCBI, but staff there also voted her the Choctaw County School District Teacher of the Year. Staff in Ackerman say she's an energetic teacher. She tries to bring excitement to math every day. She says students need to know that teachers care.
The things that they do now matter when they're seniors and when they get out of high school. You know, people think, oh, you're there from 8 to 3. No, we're here for a lot longer than that and do a lot more than that. And, you know, they just need to realize we're here and we care. And, you know, when they succeed, we succeed.
She'll get that Teacher of the Year honor at the next board meeting. To nominate a teacher, you can visit WCBI.com. New tonight, a lot of students turned out today for a Black History Month program at EMCC's Mayhew campus. That was District Attorney Scott Colomb right there. He was the guest speaker. The group Umoja is a community service organization. It put on this event. It was this morning at the Lyceum. Leaders say that they want people to understand Black history and culture.
We just want people to understand that any kid from the street or any kid from anywhere has the ability to make a change to the world into a more positive manner.
There was art on display and music playing there during the events.
Chilly temperatures out there this evening, but things will be turning around for the warm side as we get into the weekend and beyond. The full forecast is next.
WCBI's Educator of the Week is brought to you by Food Giant, where your neighbors are the owners. Your first alert weather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson.
Clear and cold tomorrow morning, New Albany, 7 o'clock, 31 degrees. We are clear, though, all night long, all day tomorrow. It's going to be a very nice Thursday for us. I'm calling it one of those Chamber of Commerce type days with highs in the low 60s. Even better, though, on Friday. But tomorrow we'll take these low 60s, mid 60s to our south. I think we'll be pushing the upper 60s to around 70 on Friday. Just crazy stuff. Once again, more spring than winter here. Mid 70s by Sunday. Those will continue into early next week. And we stay warm basically all of next week, it would appear, at least above the average for a good chunk of the lower 48 here. So get ready for more warmth. Right now we are cooling things down, upper 30s, low 40s to mid 40s in our immediate region. Excuse me. And skies are mainly clear across the deep south and the high plains. Now, there's another system, yes, another system coming into California. More heavy rainfall expected as we go throughout the next couple of days here. Numerous flood watches and warnings already. And there's that next system coming on in to California. It could be another heavy rain producer. Several more inches of rain expected along the west coast, and that will just continue to the flooding issues ongoing. There's San Francisco, there's Sacramento right there, and that dark stream right there, that's the Sacramento River. All that heavy rain is flooding some of these areas there, and obviously you've been hearing about some of those issues with that dam out there in California, and several more systems coming on in to the west coast right now. We're actually watching that swirl. This is northern Mexico. So there's Phoenix, there's northern Mexico. That swirl right there will give us a chance for a few showers as we get into Saturday. Now, between now and then, high pressure controls our weather. It's looking pretty nice. We could see a few wispy high cirrus clouds late Friday, but the thicker clouds right there with that system will come in Saturday. We will have a chance for a few showers here. So unfortunately, the weekend will not be completely dry, but there will be a few showers around Saturday. That goes away for Sunday and early next week. Now, the system coming into California, I just talked about, that may slowly get here by the middle of next week. We'll just wait and see about that. Here's our city-by-city forecast tomorrow. A lot of low 60s, a lot of sunshine. The wind eventually becoming southwesterly at 5 to 10 miles per hour, so not as strong as what we had today. 68 Friday, baseball season begins. A pretty nice weekend for those baseball games, especially Sunday. 74 degrees, mid-70s Monday and Tuesday.
Not a whole lot going on in the weather world. It's fairly quiet around here.
It is.
It's going to continue to be warm.
That's right. And you know what? Always a good day to go talk weather at schools.
Yeah, it was.
It was.
That's exactly what our Keith Gibson did today. This was at Church Hill Elementary in West Point. He talked to those second graders, talked about high and low pressure, storm systems, clouds, and severe weather. He described how meteorologists gather information from weather balloons. He also showed the kids a little behind-the-scenes video about what really goes on here at WCBI. Hope I didn't do anything too embarrassing in that video. It is awesome, though, to see how Keith puts together those forecasts. Sure, the kids had a blast. But coming up tonight, we are taking a look at an area bowler who's already found perfection in his sport. Our Jonathan Flippo is showing us why this guy is having so much success. That's coming up tonight. Stay with us.
WCBI First Alert Weather School is brought to you by Emerson Animal Hospital in West Point. You're watching WCBI News at 10 with Tommy Lopez.
To our Health Talk with Baptist segment. February is Heart Month, and one of the best things you can do for your heart health is to quit smoking if you smoke. Tonight, Baptist is telling us how.
Hi, I'm Ryan Thorne, a surgical nurse practitioner in heart, lung, and vascular surgery at Baptist Memorial Hospital, Golden Triangle. Tonight, I want to discuss some strategies to help you stop tobacco use. Awareness of what triggers your tobacco use is the first step to quitting. There are 3 different types of triggers. Physical cues are withdrawal symptoms from nicotine, such as nervousness, irritability, insomnia, difficult concentration, and a decreased heart rate. Situational cues are linked to habits such as getting up in the morning after eating a meal or talking on the phone. Emotional cues are usually stress-induced. Anger and sadness are the 2 strongest emotions that trigger tobacco use. There are ways to manage these cues once you can recognize them. The best way to manage physical cues is through medication and/or nicotine replacement therapy, nutrition, and increased physical activity. Performing exercise or other physical habits can replace the urge. Situational cues can be harder to manage since they are everyday routines. Changing your environment and substituting some behaviors can help create new associations that are tobacco-free. Awareness of what is causing your stress is important in managing your tobacco urges. Once the cause is realized, creating a plan of action can give a sense of being back in control of the situation. Join us next time for Health Talk with Baptist, when we will discuss treatment options for smoking cessation.
Mail your topic suggestions to healthtalk@wcbi.com. Health Talk has been brought to you by Baptist Memorial Hospital, Golden Triangle.
We will have our Student Athlete of the Week coming up. And MSU head coach Vic Schaefer sounds off on Sunday's physical win against Ole Miss. That's next in sports. Here's WCBI Sports with Robbie Donahoe.
The MSU women are in action Thursday, but Sunday's Mississippi State Ole Miss women's basketball game was as physical of a battle on the hardwood as you can imagine. There was pushing, pulling, hand checks, body fouls, you name it. That game had it. Now, one play in particular stands out when Chandrika Sessom ran and pushed Tiara McCowan into the back and into the stands during play. Vic Schaefer did not take kindly to the way that his team was treated, and he addressed that during today's weekly press conference.
There were a lot of non-basketball things going on in that game that concerned me, and I've addressed them. I've addressed them with appropriate people that need to look into that. There's no place in our game for things like that. Again, I was more proud of how we handled that, but to be honest with you, we coached our kids. We prepared them going in. We knew something like that probably could happen, and it did. We have the fans we have, the people that come out to see us play because of how we play the game and how we respect the game and we honor the game. And so, you know, I'll deal with it on my end and we've moved on.
The MSU-Ole Miss rivalry just keeps taking more steps in intensity. Pretty incredible. Well, Cohen Hunt is a top student in his class at Starkville High School. The sophomore led his bowling team to a second-place finish in the regionals last week in South Haven. Now that second-place finish earned his team a bid to compete in the state championship on Friday in Jackson. Jonathan Flippo has more with our student-athlete of the week.
Cohen Hunt does that best on the bowling alley. Hunt is in his fourth year bowling for the Starkville Yellow Jackets bowling team and is averaging a 200 score per game. The 10-pin bowler started bowling with his family when he was younger, and it just became something he kept doing.
My grandparents were bowlers back then. I guess I just started bowling with them, and I got really interested in it. Just kept doing it.
A couple of weeks ago, Cohen done something that he hasn't ever done before. He bowled 12 straight strikes for a perfect score of a 300. It got him excited.
I was really excited. I mean, I had everybody here support me. I couldn't have done it without them, and it was awesome just having everybody here, and it was awesome doing that, you know.
Hunt's last strike of his perfect score can be somewhat stressful, and it also caught the eye of his teammate, Seth Pruitt.
He's the only one to ever do it on the team, so 300's 12 in a row, and you get just a lot of stress once you get there.
Starkville head coach Jim Fillenblee has been bowling for 63 years and coaching for 13, and he knows why Cohen is very successful on and off the bowling alley.
He does what you tell him to do. He's very coachable. There's some people that could be a lot better bowlers if they were coachable, and that's why he's so successful.
Hunt hasn't decided if bowling is an option in his future 2 years from now, but he knows to receive a scholarship, you have to be successful in your classes in school, and that's why he has a current 3.9 GPA.
Well, I mean, going into college, you got to have good grades because, I mean, even if you are a good athlete, you have to have good grades to be successful in life.
With your Student Athlete of the Week, I'm Jonathan Flippo with WCBI Sports.
WCBI Student Athlete of the Week with Jonathan Flippo is brought to you by C Spire Wireless.
All right, thanks, Jonathan. To baseball at Houston High, head baseball coach Scott Gann was named the 2015-16 Mississippi National Federation of State High School Associations Baseball Coach of the Year. Gann helped lead the Toppers to their first baseball state championship last year. He will be recognized at by the MHSAA at an April meeting. Became head coach at Houston in 2011 and led the Toppers to their first ever state championship this past season. Over at Columbus, earlier today, Eric Sherrod signed to continue his football career at East Central. The big tackle was a big part on the offensive line from the Falcons, leading the team to the playoffs and also opening up those big holes for MSU signing Kylan Hill to run through this past season. Now, Sherrod missed the signing deadline, but went down to Decatur for a tryout, and they ultimately gave him a chance as he signed on today. We have an interview with Eric. You can catch that online now on our website at WCBI.com. And kids wanting to get up close and personal with Dak Prescott, you got your chance. The NFL Rookie of the Year is returning to Starkville this summer and will be back on the field. As he announced, the one-day Dak Prescott Football Pro Camp will be held on Tuesday, June 20th at Mississippi State. Participants will learn fundamental football skills, have the opportunity to meet and interact with Dak. For more information on how you can sign up, visit our website, WCBI.com, and go find the local sports tab at the bottom of the page. Find our story where you can find more information on how to sign up. That's it for sports. We'll get a last look at your forecast when we come back.
All right, our 7-day forecast shows some pretty quiet weather. Tonight we are down around 30 degrees, and then we will rebound back into spring starting tomorrow, and we will stay with these spring-like temperatures through at least the middle of next week.
Yeah, going to get warm again.
Again.
Yeah.
Again.
Steve, thank you very much. The Lid Tip with Stephen Colbert. Coming up next. Have a good night.